What if there was a podcast where one NFL legend talked about football? What about two NFL legends?
This is Wideout's World,
where the gridiron comes alive. NFL legends Irving Fryar and Michael Timpson, breaking down the game from the ultimate insider perspective. Game recaps, upcoming previews, and exclusive analysis straight from the minds of those who've been in the trenches. Wideout's World. Let's do it.
Are you ready for some football?
We're ready for some football, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for some football. And my partner in crime is here, Irving D. Fryar. And the D stands for delay. So we apologize. We had some on-site location technical difficulties with my brother, and we've fixed them. So we are happy to be here. This is Wideout's World. This is WOW. And we're here. We are here tonight. So welcome, everybody.
Listen, I don't know if we fixed the delays or not because I see me glitching. I'm not quite moving.
That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, but I'm here.
You want to share? You want to share with the people where you are? Because I think it's pretty cool.
Free advertisement to this restaurant, but I'm at a restaurant.
Okay.
Where I have an appearance, a watch game appearance for the game tonight between the Eagles and the Chargers, and the appearance is from 8 to 9 p.m. and obviously our show is from 7 to 8. So either we weren't going to do a show, or I had to get here early and bring my phone and my headphones and my notes. So we can do the phone.
I appreciate it. You're a trooper.
I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing this. Hey, listen, got to get it done.
Got to get her done. Get her done. Well, I appreciate it. Get her done.
Yes, sir.
So this is Wideout's World.
No, we're good. We're good.
I'm Michael Timpson. This is my brother Irving Fryar, NFL All-Pro, and we're still waiting on his nod to the Hall of Fame. So we're just praying and just waiting on the Lord. So that'll happen.
I think we got to buy somebody off. Hey, somebody, get to the Hall of Fame.
Well, I appreciate you.
You never know what God's going to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You never know what God's going to do. Yeah.
So we appreciate it again. All of those that you were waiting on us. We are here. We are here live and in living color. We thank you for tuning in again tonight with Wideout's World. So let's jump into it because we're short on time. I know you got work to do before the party starts there where you are, Irv. So we're going to get right into it. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying, in agreement with. I was saying, we got a little party going on here later on. It's hopefully it doesn't turn into a mutiny. Because if the Eagles don't play well tonight, these people might start a mutiny.
No, I think they'll play well, but we'll get into that. So let's go NFL news first.
All right.
Since you've done a lot to get there, I think it's only honorable to have you go first, my friend.
Well, I'm going to stick with because it's an interesting story, but I'm going to stick with what I've brought up as NFL news the last 2 weeks, and that's Shedeur Sanders. So Shedeur got his second start in the NFL this past week in a losing cause against the Titans, but man, he came out. He made history in his second start. So they lost to the Titans, and it went down to the wire. It went down to a 2-point conversion that was failed. That Shedeur wasn't even in the game for. They had a wildcat going on with the running back Quinshawn Judkins, and they failed the 2-point conversion, which I didn't think was fair to Shedeur. I think they should have left him in as well as he played. The score was 31-29. He had
took him down
364 yards. 364 yards passing, 3 TDs, 29 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown. So he led the potentially game-tying drive late in the game in the fourth quarter. But again, the 2-point conversion was failed. But here's the history that he made in just a short period of time, and this is impressive. He's the second rookie in NFL history with at least 350 yards passing, 3 TD passes, and a rushing TD in a game. Joe Burrow is the only other one, and Joe did that in 2020. So there's only 2 in the history of the league that's ever done that as a rookie. He had a 59-yard screen pass to Judkins, a 60-yard TD pass to Jerry Judy is his name. And then Sanders has 4 completions of 50-plus yards since making his career start in Week 11, which is twice as
Yeah.
many as any other quarterback in that span of time in terms of games. So he's playing right now. It's just, I mean,
And let's not
we're not gonna,
leave out, Irv. His team sucks.
Oh yeah. Now he's not playing with upper echelon athletes. That's for sure. So I just want to, I don't want to deem him all pro yet, but I do want to point out the fact that this kid can play.
Yeah.
He joins. Watch this. He joins Aaron Rodgers as the only 2 quarterbacks since the year 2000 to have 4 completions of 50-plus yards within their first 3 career starts. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. They've been holding this kid back, and this kid can literally play.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the Titans, and the Titans ain't going anywhere,
Right.
but neither are the Browns right now. But, I mean, it's still NFL play. It's NFL caliber.
Any given Sunday,
NFL
baby.
level play.
Any given Sunday.
So it's he's kind of making people eat their words right now. They were holding him back and drafted him in the 5th round, and all this talk about, what he couldn't do and what he wasn't going to be and how he couldn't help a team. And here he is. He's the best thing that happened to the Browns thus far this year.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you mentioned the Cleveland Browns because that was one of the things that I wanted to talk to about as well. The 2-point conversion, I've never seen such a bad play in my life. It was like, it was a hot mess. And I was like, what is going on? First, they took him out. Because remember, we talked about it the week prior when they took him out. We're like, okay, we'll give that. They worked on, Wildcat. We'll give it. Now, he did it again, particularly after he drove them down the field, got a hot hand, and then you take him out?
Yeah.
Come on.
There's no way I'm taking him out of the game. When he's on fire like that, he's grooving like that, you gotta leave him in the game. When
he
the game's
earned
on the line,
He earned it. He earned it. So I'm not a.
You gonna put a running back in a Wildcat? No.
And then he missed the handoff, and then he threw it back. I'm like, what is this? And so there was one reporter that asked him. He said, "Did you guys practice that play?" And Shador said, "No, we just went out there and ran it." He was being sarcastic, but it was that bad. It was that bad.
Right, it like it,
So
I mean, the worst thing that could have happened is they have a play that gets botched, and at least Shador from the quarterback position back there behind the line of scrimmage, at least he has some experience in how to navigate beyond the line of scrimmage when it's a broken play and at least get a yard or 2. He probably would have been better. He would have been better running that Wildcat play than the running back.
And think about it. Now, they took him out last week when he was on the goal line. Now they took him out. Right. When is he going to get experience there? When is he going to get experience?
Right.
Makes no sense. So
I think they learned a lesson. Then these next couple of weeks, I think they're going to keep him in if they got a yard or 2 to go or a 2-point conversion they're trying to convert.
Because Stefanski, he got some heat on that one. He got some heat. So he's named him the starter for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And so hopefully he don't do anything boneheaded like that the rest of the way.
Right. That's a good decision, though, because, like you said, he's earned that as well. Just his short amount of play. It's only been two games and a 4th quarter he got in. His first look at NFL play. But those 2 games, he's gotten better from the first one to the second. And both games were acceptable.
Yeah.
Both games were acceptable.
Well, here it is. I'm looking at Richard Melton. Hello, Richard. Richard says, developing news. Richard, Phillip Rivers is starting a workout for the Colts. Really? He hasn't played since 2020. But they went and got him off the couch because they're in some bad shape with the Colts.
Look, he out of shape. That joker
2020
the series.
2020.
Wow.
But they don't have a third they don't have a third quarterback. The guy Anthony
Richardson. Make Rivers the third quarterback.
No. They don't have a quarterback. They had 2. Jones went down, and then the backup is hurt, and then they don't have a third because Anthony Richardson is on IR with the orbital. He got hit in his face with a stretching machine or a band, and he got hit in the face. So they only went in the game with 2 quarterbacks. So
heck, they might as well try to go get Donovan McNabb or somebody if they trying to get Rivers.
No, you didn't go way back to Donovan McNabb. Wow. Yeah.
What is Rivers going to do?
We'll find out. I can't believe he even accepted that one. I mean, 5 years?
Wow.
And you're going to go there and get...
If it's true. Yeah, if it's true.
Well,
Richard Melton might not know what he's talking about.
No. It was on ESPN. I just saw it on ESPN.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
They might not know what they're talking about. Shoot.
So here's my news. Here's my news. And you will appreciate this just for your knowledge here. Do you remember the Thursday night game? The loss to Detroit, Dallas Cowboys, George Pickens. He took a lot of heat this week about loafing on his routes. So I wanted to get your take on that. Because this is wideouts world. We talk about wide receivers particularly. So this is a perfect one for you to give your expertise on. I can't wait to hear it. Which is, I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Well,
for those listening.
I didn't really see anything in terms of him loafing. I vaguely remember something where he slowed down on a route, but I wasn't paying attention or didn't hear any chatter about him or any discussion with regards to his effort. I do know I've seen it in the past when he was at Pittsburgh, particularly on that one game. I don't remember who they were playing, but he stopped and didn't block a defender because he said he didn't want to get hurt. Yeah. And that really ticked me off and rubbed me the wrong way because, we being receivers and the type of receiver I was a physical receiver, and blocking. Right. I prided myself in blocking just as much as I did catching the ball. So for him to do that back when he was playing for Pittsburgh, it really kind of put a sour taste in my mouth about him. Then when he came to Dallas and started playing well, I could see what a great athlete he is. But, I wouldn't be surprised. Let me put it that way. If he did it once, because you can always tell what somebody's going to do in the present based on what they've done in the past. And if it's a pattern in the past, it's going to show up in the present.
Well, it showed up. So let me clue you in as to what happened. So one particular play was a slant, and the DB had inside leverage and kind of, sat on it, knowing that was one of the routes that they did the week before when he caught it and won the game for him. So, of course, they did film study, and sure enough, they tried to throw that slant, and he jumped it. And Pickens kind of knew that he was inside, and he was like, well, the quarterback's not going to throw this to me. Sure enough, he threw it in there, and he got picked. So there was another play, though, pretty much the same thing, just jogging off the ball. They threw it to him, and the pass was broken up. So there were several plays that he did something similar to that. Now, his defense was he was being bracketed. Now, he said he was getting bracketed. So I'm telling you what he said.
Being a decoy is just as important.
He wasn't. He was the number one guy because CeeDee Lamb had went out with an injury. So now he was number one. So all the attention was on him. But all they did was have the safety over the top and had the corner underneath. We've all seen that. But you still got to run your route.
Get in the hole and settle down. That's all.
He said people that were talking didn't know what he was facing out there defensively. So you and I both obviously agree that you still got to run your routes. We've all been in those situations. You say, think about it. You've been in games where you say, he ain't throwing me the ball. Sure enough, they throw it. Because you're like, well, there's no way he's going to throw it. And he was just trying to get that ball to make a play. And that was the heat that he took for loafing. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. But some of them were.
But you can't. I'm okay. Mm-hmm. I understand that he was loafing, but you can't, as a receiver, you can't ever think to yourself or say to yourself, they're not going to throw me the ball. Mm-hmm. You got to run your route. I don't care if you are a decoy. You're running a streak route down the sideline.
But just to open up you're for honest, you've done it. We've all done it. Just don't make it a habit.
No. I've not running a slant or anything like that. I've never run a slant or a route in that area like that. Not full speed because I thought I was not going to get the ball.
Well, no, not a slant. I agree with you there. But there's been plays. There's other plays sometimes.
But see, my mindset's been different, Mike, because I was always the number one guy. Mm-hmm. I was always the go-to guy. Mm-hmm. So, except when I was with Stanley Morgan. When Stanley was there, he was always the go-to guy and not me. But that was in my first few years.
Okay, but wait a minute. There's been teams I've been the number one target. That's not the point. Okay. The point is there's plays there's plays throughout the game that you would say, there's no way he's throwing me the ball based on the coverage. Have you ever done that?
No, I've never done that. I always think that they're going to throw me the ball. Even
Okay.
if I'm the last one in the route combination and I
Oh.
never get the ball in that play, you know why? Because I know it's going to be on film the next day. And
Okay.
I don't want to be nobody pointing the finger at me. Well, he can go full speed. He was loafing. I never was accused of that. So
I didn't say whether he was accused. I said, did you ever do it?
I never did it. Let me
Well,
put it
my
that
hat's
way.
off. My hat's off to you. I don't know. I'm being honest with you. Yeah, there's been a couple plays. I don't know. Like, there's no way he's gonna throw the ball.
If I wasn't running full speed, I looked like I was running full speed. but to speak on what Pickens was doing in terms of being bracketed on a slant route, well, I'd rather be bracketed than one-on-one. You bracket, you can slow down and settle in the hole and get the ball and not take a big hit. When you're going one-on-one, you got to run away from that defender. So now you're going full speed going across the middle. And you got to cut that defender off when he tries to cut you off. You can't loaf through it because, it's going to be an interception. You got to cut him off.
What happened. That was exactly because the DB, he was in perfect position for a slant and go, Irv. He kind of anchored inside. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Right.
Perfect.
Right.
But they didn't see it. I saw it, but they didn't see it.
So they don't. I guess they don't allow them to make that kind of adjustment if a guy's inside. But was he pressing him or was he off?
He was off a little bit.
Okay, all right. When it's off, it's a little more difficult. But when they're pressing, we have the option of running a slant or running a goal on that.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he was not pressing.
Yeah.
So that was George Pickens' thing. So anyway, last thing, we talked about it a little bit last week. The college football playoffs went. I wanted to get your take on this because I'm kind of upset with Notre Dame. Notre Dame didn't get in. They didn't get selected. So they decided not to take the bowl bid. When the bowl bids come out, they elected not to play in the bowl game. Now, I'm upset. First of all, I like Notre Dame. I like the coach. I like what they've done. But they didn't get in. Okay. But now you're penalizing the players and not playing in the bowl game, man. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
I said, is it about the kids or is it you? Come on. So, no, they're not playing in the bowl game. That really bothered me.
Frankly, that's being ungrateful.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody gets in the playoffs. Not everybody gets in bowl games. And the fact that you didn't make the playoffs. Okay, well, we got to do better. There's a reason for that. We got to do better next year or try to eliminate whatever reason it is that we didn't get into the playoffs. But we got a bowl game. And bowl games they're highlighted. They're celebrated. Man. They're on TV. Kids get an opportunity that are on the team to play in front of a national audience, which I'm sure, is something that they look forward to. At least it was something that I look forward to. And you can build from that. That's a positive. But to snatch that away from the kids, come on.
Yeah.
Because you're upset because you didn't get a playoff bid. Come on. That's
as players, you look forward to those bowl games. And our friends out here, we're talking Peggy, all the Fryar clan is here, Mama McGee is here, Eddie's here. Peggy says, Pop-Tart Bowl? Come on, Michael. It wasn't the Pop-Tart Bowl. I don't think it was.
Even if it was the Pop-Tart Bowl, it's a bowl game. They got all kinds of bowl games.
That's
now.
True.
You know that.
That's just
they got all kinds of bowl games. So there might be a Pop-Tart Bowl. But even if it is called the Pop-Tart Bowl, so what? Yeah. It's a bowl game. It's on national TV. Yeah. The school gets money for going to the bowl game. The kids get.
The kids love that. Get gear, exposure. All kinds of stuff.
They get gear. Yep, they get exposure. They get get a chance to go on a trip. They get a chance to play in a different stadium against a different team. Maybe the coaches didn't want to have to prepare another couple of weeks for a bowl game. Maybe they wanted to go home. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to hurry up and get to the recruiting process so they can get people out of the portal and get some NIL going. I don't know what the problem was. I can't even come up with a reasonable explanation why.
I hope they change their mind and let those kids play in the doggone bowl game.
Coach would not want his kids and go to a bowl game.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go to top wideouts for this week. All right, what you got? Your top wideouts.
My number 3. We go 3, y'all. Top 3. My number 3 is Zay Flowers from the Ravens.
Okay.
They lost 27-22 against Steelers. Game was back and forth. It's a good game. I mean, there's the Steelers Ravens games are always, physical games.
Yeah.
8 receptions, 11 targets, 124 yards, no touchdowns. 35 was his long catch, and he averages 15 and a half yards per catch and 4 first downs. He had a 35-yard catch, a 33-yard catch, and a 31-yard catch. His second time. It's only the second time this season. I know it's been frustrating for him, and I kind of try to put myself in his position. Being the flash guy that he is, I think he's a little bit underrated. But he is a guy that can play. This is only his second time getting 100+ yards. He hadn't scored since week 1 in the NFL this year. So Zay Flowers, the guy that's explosive, man, that has to have been a frustrating time for him so far. Though he's not underperforming, but I believe he's underrated. And I watched him in this game, and he's a fighter, man. He's a little guy, a smaller guy, but he's a fighter. And he was fighting through a couple of things. I think he might have had a drop during the game. And I'm sure, again, Lamar Jackson's been hurt and things haven't been able to flow the way he would like them to flow. He's just been dealing with it, and he's still being productive. So I like Zay. He's my 3 this week because he's a fighter. I saw him fighting in this game to win the game, yes, but fighting just for his team and fighting to do the best that he could do, even though, they don't have it. The Ravens just don't have it anymore.
No.
My number 2 is DK Metcalf, the Steelers. Man, DK is back. At least for that game, he was back. I haven't seen him perform like that. I don't think I saw him perform like that all of last season. It's been a long time since I saw DK Metcalf put up numbers like that and be that energetic in his route running and his run after catch and his interaction in the game. It was good to see him putting up those kind of numbers and being the focal point against the Steelers. So, with the Steelers. 7 receptions, 12 targets, 148 yards, no touchdowns, 52 long, 21.1 yard average in his catch, and 3 first downs. He was sent to the hospital too after the game because he got hit and he was experiencing some stomach pains. Yeah. So they were concerned about it. So they sent him to the hospital, but he did get released from the hospital today. Okay. But it was good. It was good. I kind of got excited watching him. I'm like, dang, I haven't seen him move like that because he's a big guy, and he reminds me not quite of AJ Brown, but AJ Brown is like stiff. He's playing stiff right now. And the times I've seen DJ play, he's been stiff. He hasn't been fluid as a receiver. But, man, he was on it. I don't know if he got some Toradol going in him or some extra Advil or whatever was going on. But he was running, man. He was very fluid. He was loose. He was limber. For a big guy, he seemed to be very, animated in what was going on. He was into the game. It was very good to see him get reconnected like that.
You had mentioned his abdomen, something with his stomach. People don't realize wide receivers, we don't wear rib pads. We're fully exposed.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So my number 1 is Puka Nacua, the Rams. Here's why he's my number. Obviously, he's one of my favorite receivers in the league. He's sharing time with Devontae Adams now. All the focus is not on him all the time. He's only 7 catches shy of his second season, having 100 receptions this season. He's got 4 games left, and he's only 7 catches shy of 100 receptions. Man, good gracious, these cats! Matthew Stafford is chunking that ball. But here's why he's number 1. Not only because he got 2 touchdowns, and he's got 7 receptions, 11 targets, 167 yards. 32 was his long, 32 yards, and 7 first downs. But he averaged 23.9 yards a catch in this game. That's impressive. That is impressive. When you look at the average yardage in catches in the game of football right now, in this season, in this era of football, the average is less than 12 yards. Less than 13 yards.
Right.
It's not 21, 18, 20, 21 yards. And for him to have and for him, he doesn't average more than 12 yards a catch on most occasions. That's true. And for him to get to average 23.9, I don't think anybody's done that this year with that many catches, seven catches, averaging 23.9 yards a catch. So it's Puka Nacua. He's my number
Okay.
one.
I like your list. I like your list. With one exception, but I'll tell you about that one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. My number
Okay.
3, person that you were not even thinking about, and most people wouldn't even think about because he was like the 3rd or maybe 4th receiver on Dallas's team. He came in after CD Lamb went out. His name is Ryan Florino. He had 9 receptions for 115 yards, 1 TD, long of 42. He averaged 12.8, to your point, yards. He had 13 targets and 9 receptions. He's a 6th-round second-year player from Southeast Missouri. The reason I wanted to give him that 3rd spot is because it's difficult when you're dealing with Pickens and you're dealing with CeeDee Lamb and all that stuff that goes on in Dallas to come up on a big stage like that and put up decent numbers.
Right.
I mean, his total, I think this year is like 28 catches. He hadn't caught a lot of balls, and he gets a chance to do that, and he stepped up big, and it was the most he's had since he's been there. So big shout out to Ryan Flournoy. My number 2.
Yes, sir. And it's tough to perform. Just so people know, it's tough to come in as a backup and come in and perform.
Right.
It's tough.
Right.
It's tough to do that and perform well and not miss a beat. So for him to do that, particularly as a receiver,
Second year,
that's impressive.
6th-round pick, 6th-round pick out of Southeast Missouri.
That's impressive.
I don't know who comes out of Southeast Missouri. Anyway,
Right.
my number 2, you had just mentioned about yards per catch. This one, Nico Collins, 30 yards per reception. He had 4 receptions for 121 yards when the Texans beat up on KC. He had a long of 53, 4 catches, 8 targets when they get whooped up on KC. Here's the thing about Nico Collins. They're going to need him. He's a big play receiver. They haven't featured, well, obviously the quarterback Stroud had been out for a minute, and he's kind of getting back into a groove. But with that defense and they getting him the ball, the problem is he doesn't have a strong number 2. Because remember, the year prior, he had a strong number 2, and that guy got hurt, and he hasn't recovered yet. He doesn't have a strong number 2, but they're going to need him. He's a big play receiver. He comes up with the big catches. Nico Collins is my number 2. Number 1, I would agree with
Nico
yes,
Collins. Nico Collins had more yards in catches in the first half than Kansas City had as a total offense.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
In the first half. Yeah, he had more yards and catches than Kansas City's total offensive output in the first half.
I don't know what's wrong with them. So my number 1, I agree with you, Puka Nacua. Even his name doesn't sound like he is a bona fide receiver. but he's proven that he is. I mean, there's no question that this guy, nobody saw him coming. I mean, he went BYU, but he was someplace before BYU, I heard. He ended up at BYU. He finished at BYU. But, you know, he took one ball off some guy's head. I mean, he's just making plays.
For the touchdown. Wasn't it the touchdown?
I believe it was a touchdown. Took off his head and then just kept running. But here's the thing, Irv. Guess what? His longest reception this year, 39 yards. So he's not the big play receiver, but he makes big plays when he does catch it. But he's not a big play. We're going to throw you 9 routes. He's making people miss. He's running after the catch. I mean, there's nothing bad about him. I mean, he's not flashy.
He's a workhorse.
He's a workhorse. You know, you think a person putting up the type of numbers, you said this is his second year, he's going to have 100 balls. How many balls? What was the most balls you caught per year?
88.
I had 74. Put it in perspective. They're throwing that ball, man. They're throwing that ball around.
Yeah. They're throwing that ball. 100 catches, man.
100 catches. And you're being conservative that he's going to reach 100. By the time he ends up, he'll be, what, 120?
Yeah, at least. Shoot, listen, when you were catching 74 or 70, whatever you were catching,
you was working.
I was catching 88.
You was working. Boy,
we
you was
balling,
working.
dog. What are you talking about? We were catching balls. 100, 114, 120 balls? Oh, my gosh. When we catching 70 balls, listen, back in the day, you caught 70 balls, went to the Pro Bowl. When I was in Miami, I was catching 70 balls, 72, 74 balls, going to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Man, he's catching 70 balls. Shoot. You catch 70 balls 2 years in a row. Shoot, and he's catching 100. That's a good year for some people catching 50-50. So anyway, but
That's
Puka
why
Nakua.
you can't even compare today's game to games in the past. You can't.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
because the rules are different. When we played, you couldn't go across the middle of the field unaware.
Mm-hmm.
You had to have your head on the swivel because it was dangerous.
Right.
Now they can tiptoe through the tulips because the tulips are the middle of the field. The tulips are between the hashes.
Well,
When it
I
was a
agree.
cemetery, it used to be a cemetery between the hashes.
This is true, but it is different. I agree. Richard said that they throw on the ball 7 to 8 yard targets. Right behind the line of scrimmage. It's different. It's a different game now. There's no question. It's a
Right.
different. They do
Yeah.
everything they possibly can, which is very creative to get receivers in space to get the ball. So I give them a lot of
Right.
credit for
Right.
that. They're a little bit more
Right.
creative,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Well,
the players are benefiting.
they scheme players open. John Gruden used to do it with me here in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Put a game plan together and put plays together to scheme a certain
Yeah.
position open.
Well,
Certain player, yeah.
that's a creativity. When you get a guy like Johnson with the Bears and stuff like that, you see that creativity getting guys the ball in space. All right, so let's go to hit our games. The 1 p.m. game we had the Colts and the Jags. That was the 1 p.m. game. So give me your analysis on that one.
I'm trying to figure out where in the heck did the Jaguars come from? Where they're 9-4, man. When did that happen?
Yeah.
They got their
And
fourth
they
straight
beat some
win.
pretty good people. They beat some good teams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fifth out of they got the fifth win out of the last 6 games since the bye, and they're 1 game ahead of the Colts and the Texans in the AFC. Liam Colin, y'all, he's trying to become just the 3rd Jaguars coach to win the AFC South in his first season with the team. Gen Stats.
Now
says
does
they
that
have a
say more
98%.
about him or the division?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't call the division weak, but it's not the strongest division either.
Right. Okay.
But it's like you said earlier, it's any given Sunday, bro. You got to go out there and play
Yeah.
and play to win. They got a 98%, according to Gen Stats, they got a 98% chance to get into the playoffs. So they're pretty much in.
Yeah.
6 scoring drives versus the Colts, and they could have scored more.
Yeah, that's
They play
true.
good football. The Jaguars defense had 9 pass defenses, 4 tackles for losses, a big one on 4th down, and they had a safety in the game. Trevor Lawrence playing well.
Yeah.
244, 2 TDs. He makes plays with his legs in spite. He did this past week against the Colts. He made plays with his legs in spite of the rain because it rained quite a bit. And they had 2 rushing TDs by Travis. I don't know. Etienne, how you say his last name?
Etienne?
How you say? Etienne?
ET. Just say ET.
ETM, like an ATM machine, ATM, ATM.
That'll work.
Listen, Daniel Jones obviously is done.
Right.
With his Achilles, messed it up, ruptured it, I guess, in the first quarter. He was done anyway. He threw an interception on his first pass. The first, no,
Be
not
nice.
his first pass.
He has a
the
crack.
first-
He has a fractured fibula. Irv. Be
Listen,
nice.
It wasn't fractured then. It was the first
Yes,
offensive
it
play
was.
for them. It was the first offensive play for them, and he threw an interception.
Irv. He was playing
Come
with
on.
his fractured fibula. Remember, he went into the game with.
Okay, don't listen. For anybody who's watching right now, and Michael, you know this too. Anytime you're in the game, I don't care if you're hurt or not. If you're in the game, we expect you to produce. Otherwise, stay out of the game. If you go in the game, we're expecting you to play at a high level. Now,
Okay.
there are times where people will say, okay, my number 1 quarterback at 75% is better than my number 2 quarterback at 100%. So we got to have my number 1 play in spite of whatever's causing him to only be able to operate at 75%. So I understand that. But if he's out there, there's no excuses. He got no excuses.
You're right.
The first offensive play through an interception. It was downhill from there. Downhill from there. So here's my point, because remember, they lost the Colts have lost 4 of the last 5 games.
Yeah.
They started the season. We were talking about this. I was talking about where the Colts come from. They were the number 1 record in the
Yeah.
league. At one point, they were 7-1.
Yeah.
And then we said, okay, we're waiting to see if the real Daniel Jones is going to show up.
But wait a minute.
And
But wait a minute. But
eventually-
wait a minute. But wait a minute. It's not fair to say the real Daniel Jones with a cracked fibula. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah, but okay, they lost 4 of the last 5 games.
Before his cracked fibula? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We look, the real Daniel Jones showed up.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Well, he's done now. They had the rookie Riley Leonard, the backup QB.
Right.
He didn't do very much. I mean, then they got
No, he
Anthony
didn't.
Richardson, the orbital fracture, the guy that came from Florida. He's been there, I think, maybe 2 years. He's just not mature. Every time he goes on the field, so I don't think he's the answer. But he has a lot of talent. I like him talent wise, but just the maturity level, you don't see it. So anyway, here's the thing
done.
well, we talked about that last
are
week
done.
that you can stick a fork in them. Here's the thing that I didn't like.
Yep.
Jaguars, when a person gets hurt, particularly a lower leg injury, you got to have a cart somewhere around there. The poor guy walked off the field limping. I mean, it was ugly. I'm like, nobody's
maybe that
bringing.
was by his choice. Maybe that
Stop.
was by his own choice.
Stop. You got to
If it
pop
was
the
me,
Achilles. You got to pop the
If it was
Achilles.
me, I would have walked off. If
What?
it was me, I would have walked off. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Tough guy.
If it was me, I would have walked off. Anybody come get me on no cart unless I'm knocked out. When I got hurt in Philly, they came and got me on the cart because I couldn't move. When I got off the field.
When you pop your Achilles, you better hold your hand up like it's Uber and say, "Come get me."
Yeah, but you still got a good leg. You can hop off on the other leg.
Well, it didn't look good, but anyway, I thought that was bush league by the Jaguars.
You thought they did that on purpose?
Yeah, I thought that was.
I don't
mean.
think they did it on purpose. I think he probably chose to walk off.
Stop. No.
He's a tough guy.
Oh, stop. Okay. You go look at the clip how ugly it looked.
Oh,
So,
I know it looked ugly. I watched the slow motion of it.
There you go. It was bad. So here's the thing.
Anytime anybody pops an Achilles, it's ugly. Oh my God, it's ugly.
Yeah. But here's the thing. We talked about it before. You're going to compensate. He got a cracked left fibula. Now, what is he going to compensate when he's walking, when he's practicing? He's going to obviously compensate and put more pressure on the good leg. And then the good leg is no longer good.
Right.
It happens.
Right.
Man, I'm just like, these Achilles, man. So when you talking about the Jaguars, 36-19, they did a great job holding Jonathan Taylor in check. But Brian Thomas, here's my question, wide receiver. Brian Thomas, name the other wide receiver.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
There you go. So Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter.
No either.
Travis Hunter is still out. This is maybe his last week or so. He was on IR. Remember, he's on the 4-week IR. I don't know if he's going to come back. I don't know how his leg's doing. They've been real quiet. They've been real quiet about that one because we talked about that, his overuse. So we'll see if he comes back to help them. But like you said, they'll make a run. They will make a run to the playoffs. Let's go to the 4 p.m. game.
Well, let me say this because Travis Hunter has had some rest now. He's been injured, but but the good thing about that is it's given his body the opportunity to get some rest, which he has not had since last season. He played both ways all day, every game last season when he was in college at Colorado, and then comes in obviously in the cumulative wear and tear of that. I believe, and you believe, is what had an impact on him getting injured.
But that's provided,
him getting injured this year.
But that's provided that injury was just a strain. That's provided that ACL was just a strain. So
right. So my question is though, where the heck did the Jaguars come from, man? When did they get they're 9-4? When did that happen? How did they sneak in? They got in under the radar. I did not know their record was that good and that they were balling out like that.
Because everybody was paying attention to the Colts and the Daniel Jones, the Indiana Jones story and all of that. That's why.
Right.
No,
we missed it.
All right, the Pack and the Bears and the Packers. Talk to me.
This game was a heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
This is a historical matchup. The Bears and the Packers, y'all. They're both not the same record. it's just appropriate that it goes down to the wire like this. It went down to the wires. Packers stopped the Bears in a game tying or leading drive in the final minute with Caleb Williams. I don't know why he threw that ball. I don't know why he.
Because he makes those plays. He makes those plays.
I mean, even the ones that Zacchaeus caught, he shouldn't have thrown that one. Did you see that?
That's
bro?
true. That's true.
The one Zacchaeus caught as a touchdown, he shouldn't have threw that ball. It should have been intercepted.
Right, I agree.
It should have been intercepted. So, but he struggled in the first half, but he missed on his first five. This is Caleb Williams missed on his first 5 passes in the first half and only threw for 32 yards in the first half. But then he came alive in the second half, 154 yards and 2 TDs. Again, that crazy throw to Zacchaeus. Last drive, had they completed that pass or had they finished that drive and scored and maybe went for 2 points and either tied it or went for 2 points, that could have been his signature drive for Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
To remove all the doubt from all the naysayers.
But don't you like him? Don't you like him?
But no, I like him, but he does stupid stuff like that, man. He shouldn't have threw that ball because he wasn't open. Zacchaeus wasn't open. And the defender had leverage on him.
But
he shouldn't have threw that ball that Zacchaeus caught.
I'm going to give you a name who did plays like that and got away with it for years and is a Hall of Famer. Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah,
I'm not saying he's on that level,
too.
huh? But that's how it starts if they play that way.
But he shouldn't have. Jordan Love, I mean, he threw an ugly interception in the first quarter, then 3 TD passes leading to 4 TD leading the 4th TD drive of their final 6 possessions. 4 TD drives in the final 6 possessions. Jordan Love was balling. I was surprised how well I knew the defense for Green Bay could play. But their offense was sputtering, throughout the season. I was surprised how they always answered. The Bears would score and they would come back and answer. They kept the composure. So from the third quarter on, Love completed 11 to 16 passes for 186 yards and 3 TDs.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, game-winning run. It was a physical game, and I was very, very impressed by the Packers because I knew the Bears, they're on a high right now. They're playing well, and they're a physical team, man. That defense and the running game on offense. I mean, they just put it on. They put it on the Eagles, put it on them. And but to go into Packerland and try to do that, they played well. It was a great game to watch. Packers prevail. Jordan Love was impressive, and that offense was impressive.
I mean, he did well because, there was some concern about whether he's going to show up in the big games. This was a big game. He showed up. He was consistent. And then he has Watson back, and Watson's been playing real well as their number 1 receiver. And then he has Reed, another receiver. So he has some targets to throw the ball to. Yep. The Bears, I like Caleb Williams only because he's fearless. I like the fact, he will try and throw the ball. Is it always the smartest decision? Not necessarily, but he's completing more of them than he's not. And that, kind of gunslinger attitude, I'm there for it. I like it. The fact that he was rolling to his bootleg to his left and then trying to throw back across his body and he lobbed that up, the one that got picked off in 22 seconds. I wasn't crazy about that, but that's the confidence that he has that he can make those throws. Now, it might bite him in the butt. It might bite him in the butt at the wrong time. So we'll see. But they're fun to watch.
When he came into the league, he was touted to be the next best thing since peanut butter and jelly. He was supposed to be that dude when he got drafted. He was supposed to be that guy, and you can see that he has the potential to do that. He got speed too, but you can see he has the potential to do that.
Do you see any Mahomes in him? I do.
I don't see the savvy in him that Mahomes has.
This is year 2. This is year 2. This is only year 2.
Yeah, I don't see the savvy. Okay. But, it's not that he can't develop it, but he has the confidence. He has the tools. And I think he's more athletic than Mahomes. Mahomes gets the most out of what he does. By the way, those cats, we're going to talk about them next. They're done. They're
all right.
done.
Go ahead. That's a good segue into Houston at Kansas City because I know you got to get out of there by the 8. So I'm moving along. Go ahead.
The Chiefs, just real quick, watching the Chiefs, I kind of not felt sorry for them because they've been on top for so long. But this will be the first time in 10 years they don't make it to the playoffs. The
Yeah.
first time since they acquired Patrick Mahomes, they don't make it to the playoffs. It's sad to watch them because they just don't have it anymore. They
Right.
don't have the spark. They don't have the magic. Mahomes tries. He tries his darndest,
Yeah.
but it's just not there. It's just not there anymore. And they taken several steps backwards. They have a losing record right now. They're
They got a
six and
lot of
seven.
injuries too. They got a lot of injuries, man.
Well, but they've had injuries before. Some of the
Yeah,
other
but they was over
seasons
to
when
overcome
they
them before. They can't now.
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. They've been able to overcome them and play. I mean, everybody gets injuries, but they're just not there anymore. It's not to say that uh, there's something wrong with the coaching or there's something wrong with the players,
Hmm.
so to speak. It's just they don't have it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have what they need to make the push at the end of the season to win against tough teams to get into the playoffs and win in playoff scenarios or situations. They're done, and the Texans obviously have their great defense,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
just put it on them. Like I
Yeah.
said, Nico Collins had a 4 reception, 121 yards, and he had more yardage in the first 30 minutes of the game than the Chiefs did in the first half. They had only had 98 yards of total offense
Yeah.
in the first half.
Well,
Yeah, they're gonna miss. They lost the 4 out of the last 5 games, man.
when you told me
Chiefs,
the
the
stat,
Chiefs.
the Chiefs with 40 yards rushing and 58 yards passing in the first half, I was like, ooh.
Uh-huh.
But see, part of
Yeah.
the thing is, Mahomes, he needs to start cursing some people out. He needs to start getting into some people's face, man. I mean, he's putting up some stuff. He got frustrated one time and slammed his hand into the ground. When he got sacked, he needs to start cussing some people. How many times did Marino curse everybody out? How many times did Tom Brady curse everybody out?
It was daily. that was a daily undertaking.
Mahomes don't
That
curse
happened
nobody
daily.
out. He needs to start cursing some
But
people
listen,
out, man. He's too nice.
Mahomes had a 19.8 QB rating, passer
See?
rating.
That's crazy.
Three interceptions. Three interceptions. He completed
No,
42%
wait, stop.
of his passes
No.
in this game.
Here's one. Kelsey bobbled the ball
And
around his
Kelsey-
head, and then it was intercepted.
Listen,
Kelsey's
has
on
been the
tour.
biggest disappointment.
Kelsey's
He's been
on
the
tour
biggest
right now
disappointment.
with Swift. He's with the
He's been the
Swifties.
biggest disappointment in the whole.
He's
on that
checked
whole
out.
Team. Kelsey,
He's checked out.
Yeah,
He's checked
he's
out.
done. Yeah.
So, but I'll end this with Houston. That defense that you talked about, the only thing that I was concerned, they didn't put Kansas City away. They could have put them away real early, and they didn't. Defensively, yes, but offensively, they didn't put them away. So I'm going to watch that down the road because I don't know if
Right.
you got that killer instinct, and you're going to need that.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
just don't think they have what they need to put a lot of points on the board offensively. That's
Their
why
run
they're gonna
game,
rely on,
Yeah,
yeah, they have a run
game.
game, but they're going to rely on that defense in the playoffs.
Yeah. But you run up against the right people, you got to score some points. All right, so before I get you out of here, Irv, Monday night, your Eagles at the Chargers. All right, what you got?
Chargers lost their 2 starting offensive tackles,
Mhm.
their first round draft picks. Jalen Carter's not starting for the Eagles.
He's out, I thought.
He's
Out,
got,
out.
Yeah, he's got some
Yeah.
issues with his shoulders. Yeah. So that, thought maybe they'd be able to pin their ears back and take advantage of a couple of weak spots on that offensive line. The problem with the Eagles is not necessarily the defense, because the defense, yes, did give up some points and had a hard time stopping the run against the Bears last couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
But that's because the defense keeps having to stay on the field. Offense is 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, more 3 and outs than anybody else in the league. Lead the league in that category, which is not a good category to lead the league. It's the offense. Offense has got to get going, and for the Eagles, and if the offense gets going for the Eagles, I believe they're going to win this game. I think this is a good trip for the Eagles to get out of Philly and go to a warm climate.
Okay.
We used to love that.
Okay.
Even though
Yeah.
it was away, if we got
Yeah.
a chance to get out of the cold in New
That's
England
true.
and go down to Miami and play, we loved that. We loved it. It
That's
was
true.
great. So it's been cold here, and for them to get down there or get over there to California and to play in that SoFi Stadium in
Yeah.
decent weather, I think they're going to enjoy that. They'll be upbeat. I think that runs in their favor. So I'm picking the Eagles. Picking the
Okay.
Eagles.
Well, you're at a watch party. I'm quite certain you better. You gotta
Well,
pick the-
nobody's in the room with me right now. I got my Eagles hat on.
So hey, here's the thing. They're near the bottom, or 24 and 25 offensively. They're number 24. They're number 25
Oh,
defensively in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Eagles are.
Yes.
And you're talking
Surprisingly,
Chargers.
Yes.
The Chargers got a top 5 defense. Neither one of them can afford to lose this game.
Right.
I just like to see if the Eagles are for real and not, just living off of the Super Bowl. I'd like to see them put a complete game together and clicking on all cylinders. I'd like to see that. The Chargers, I'm not so sure about Justin Herbert. He just had surgery on his left hand. I'm thinking, man, they banged that good enough. That thing started hurting.
Yep. Be out of here.
Don't know how that's going to be. Yes, sir.
I just don't see this will be 3 losses in a row for the Eagles. I just don't. If that happens, then this is the equivalent to the collapse they had in 2023, 2 years ago, when they were playing, but they weren't playing like they should be playing. They had a great record, then they lost most of the games down the stretch. This would be the equivalent to that if they lose this game against the Chargers. So I don't see them losing 3 games in a row.
Well, the Chargers are hard to beat at home, though. They're hard to beat at home.
Yeah.
I like Harbaugh. I'm a Harbaugh fan, and we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me get some shout outs so I can get you out of here so you can go and
it's 7:58. I gotta go.
I know. We had the McGee's are here. All you McGee's, the Fryar clan. Love you all. Thank you for watching and listening. Richard Melton, my man. The Bills are doing well. Peggy, girl, Don is here. Hello, everyone. Darryl Burgess. I know a Darryl Burgess. I'm wondering if that's the same Darryl Burgess I went to high school with. Richard Melton. Richard Melton is Mr. Melton, what are you talking about? Richard Melton. You know what? We don't hear from Richard when the Bills are losing. They win and then he pop up. He pop up, but that's okay. We love you, Richard. So that's yeah. You got to be. You can't be fair weather. You got to be all in, Richard.
Yeah. But you got to be able to handle all the shots, man. You got to be able to handle all the darts and all the shots.
All right. Well, we love you all. Appreciate you watching. This is White House World. My brother there is at his watch party, so he's gonna go eat a lot of wings, man. Get some good wings.
I don't eat wings. I don't eat wings.
What kind of brother are you that don't eat wings?
Why got to be a brother thing? Why got to be a brother thing?
All right.
I'm going. I'm out, man.
Hey, peace out.
Love y'all. Peace.
Love y'all. Take care.
Hit the button.
I'm gonna hit the button. I'm gonna hit the button.
Hit the button.
This has been Whiteout's World.
Touchdown.
The legends, Irving Fryar and Michael Timpson. Are you freaking kidding me? If it's football talk you're looking for, I think we've got you covered. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on YouTube at Whiteout's World. See you next time.
Let's go. Let's go.